YouTube? It is Survivor Nomad, and I'm back with another video. This is a late evening walk, so I've started walking not only in the morning but also walking in the evening, and it's really helping me not to feel like trapped and that I'm like isolated all alone and that kind of thing. It's been really good, so I'm pretty happy about it. But so I go out early morning, I go out in the evening, and I get to see a lot of wildlife. You guys can see the deer over there. Anyway, I'm digressing. This video is about when and how to get away from the narcissist. Okay, so today I was in one of my groups, a narcissistic abuse group, and there was a woman in the group who was talking about removing her narc from the house, and she had basically packed up all his stuff, guys. And I'm telling you, the way she did it was just super kind. She had literally boxed and organized all of his stuff, and it was a lot of stuff. Like it looked like she was like transforming a department store. And she had stacked it all up in her front yard. There were boxes everywhere. They were so neatly organized. You could tell she probably even folded all his clothes. Everything was so neatly done and so respectfully done, I think. Anyway, I don't know how respectful you can be when putting somebody out, but she was going about it, I think, in a very respectable way. So one of her questions was, what does she do next? The narcissist apparently had been threatening her son. He had been threatening, and she showed some text messages where he had actually threatened to knock her son out, basically. So yeah, that's kind of a reason that, yeah, I would put you out if you threatened to knock my son out. I'm sorry. And I don't even have children, but if somebody threatened to harm anybody in my family, you got to go. Sorry. So anyway, she was putting his stuff out, and he was at work, so he was going to come home to the surprise that his things were being packed up. So one of the other group members recommended that she contact the police. I was one who recommended it, but somebody else recommended that she contact the police. I recommended that she contact the police so that the police would be there when he got home, because it can get ugly when somebody realizes that you're done and you're like moving their stuff out, so they know you're serious, guys. So just take note of that. Like, don't ever try to do something like that alone by yourself. And I think somebody else recommended that she have the police there and not have her son there, because of course this might be an opportunity for him to go ahead and knock her son out as a point of revenge. And of course you don't want to put your family in harm's way. So they were recommending that she not have her son there and that she call the police. Well, upon calling the police, and I'm not sure where this lady lives, but the police advised her that it may not have been a good idea for her to pack all his stuff up, because if somebody stole some of his stuff or if something came up missing, then she could be in trouble for theft. So I just thought that was really interesting. So I kind of want to touch on some of the pointers of, if you're having to put this person's stuff out or something like that, you want to be really careful about how you go about doing it. First, for your safety and your family's safety, but secondly, because there are laws in place in every state, guys. And as survivors, we have to realize, like, sometimes we do things out of emotion. You don't want to get yourself caught up in a situation where the narcissist is able to use anything against you. And in this particular case, that could have been something that he used against her. We know that they rarely tell the truth. So, of course, the most common thing that he could do is lie and say, oh, some of my things are missing, and of course get her into trouble. And now she's dealing with a legal problem, and they love this kind of entanglement. They love to try to get you in a bind where they can actually turn the tables on you and try to make it look like you were actually the abuser. They love this. It's a sort of bullying, but it's like blackmail mixed with bullying, mixed with a little bit of gaslighting. They're really creative about these kinds of things, and they will use the judicial system, and they will use the court system to their advantage, guys. And before you know it, the next thing they're doing is they're turning the whole story around, and this guy could actually have the court system believing that she is actually the abuser, guys. This happens. Trust me when I tell you, it happens. And they will lie and they will pretend that they're the victim. And because now you have broken a law, as innocent as it may have been, you've still broken a law. It becomes believable. At that point, they're like, okay, yes, she broke the law and did this. Who's to say that she isn't really abusing him? And now the narcissist starts the smear campaign, and they're spreading rumors that you're abusing them. And they're doing all of these things, guys, that you know they do. We already know from experience that they do these kinds of weird and sinister type things. The behaviors are extremely sinister. And like I said before in one of my other videos, sometimes the stuff is so unbelievable that when you tell people and you try to explain to people, like, they literally don't believe you. They think you're crazy because it's like this is stuff that, like, you can't even imagine that somebody would do, but they do it. And so you just have to really, really be careful how you proceed. Of course, everybody's recommending no contact. Everybody's recommended, if they're threatening your kids, get them out of there. And, immediately, you might need to call the police before you even start packing up their stuff and show your evidence and file a police report and go through the motions of whatever you need to do. But I guess my main point is that you need to check with your local law enforcement before you make a decision to do something, to find out what the laws are in your county or wherever it is that you live, to be sure that you are in compliance with those laws, because they will use anything against you if they can, and you just don't want to find yourself in trouble. And so that was something that I noticed today in our group, and I really commend that woman for taking that step, because as bad as it sounds, a lot of survivors, they're so in love with these narcissists and they're so entangled with them. And trust me, I've been there. I just so happen to not have any children, but they're not even willing to break up with them or to cease contact with them, even if they're threatening their children. So I really commend her, and I know it's a hard decision to make and it's tough, but your safety and your children's safety comes first, guys. If you have somebody threatening to knock you out, please believe them, take them seriously. Don't wait until they knock you out and you're waking up trying to figure out where you are before you decide to take them seriously. Don't wait. So yeah, that is pretty much all for this video. I just kind of wanted to bring that up and show you guys the deer. And I don't know if you can see him or her, but she's grazing right there. I thought that was beautiful. But yeah, so I wish you guys the best. Please don't forget to turn on the notifications bell. I always tell you to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and family, but I always forget to say turn on the notifications bell so you know when my next video is coming out. I love you guys. I hope to see you on the other side of narcissistic abuse, and I'm going to finish my walk. Have a good day. And happy Father's Day to all of you guys. Today's Father's Day. Probably won't post this video today, but happy Father's Day nonetheless to the fathers out there. Have a good one. Bye-bye.